Imagine a home where the ocean whispers through every window, where the walls don't just shelter you, they breathe with the tides. This is not just a house. It's a story written in salt and timber. And today, we're stepping inside a coastal retreat barndominium that will change the way you see home forever. In a world that never stops moving, where life pulls us in every direction, there's something powerful about slowing down, about finding a place where time bends, where the clock is replaced by the rhythm of waves. That's what this home gives you. It doesn't shout for attention. It whispers, gently, like the wind curling off the ocean. From the outside, you might think you know what you're looking at. A simple barn shape, strong lines, humble in its stance. But come closer, and the details begin to tell their story. Weathered wood, kissed by years of sea air. Steel beams that glint in the sun, promising strength without losing grace. This is a house that understands where it stands, rooted, but never resisting the tide. And then you step inside. The first thing you notice isn't what you see, it's what you feel. Calm, space, light pouring in through windows so wide. It feels like the ocean has moved in with you. Every surface speaks the language of the shore, soft whites, driftwood tones, the muted blues of distant waves. Here, life isn't about walls and corners. It's about connection. To nature, to stillness, to yourself. Because this isn't just architecture. It's therapy, disguised as timber and steel. So, as we walk through this barndominium, remember, it's not about perfection. It's about presence. About building a life that feels as endless as the horizon beyond those windows. Ready to see what that feels like? Let's step inside. Did you know that 70% of homeowners feel their space doesn't reflect their style? Don't be part of that statistic. Subscribe and start designing a home that truly feels yours. In a world of noise, where every moment is filled with pings and alerts, where the rush of deadlines feels louder than the sound of your own thoughts, finding stillness feels almost impossible. We live in a time where speed is worshipped. Faster cars, faster connections, faster lives. But with every beat of that race, we lose something, space to breathe, space to just be. And then, there's this. A retreat that doesn't just slow you down, it resets you. Out here, the world feels different. The air isn't heavy with pressure, it's light with salt and sea breeze. There's no honking traffic, no glowing screens demanding your attention. Just the hush of waves and the call of gulls, the simplest sounds reminding you of what matters most. At first glance, this home feels almost unassuming. It stands like a barn, rooted in honesty, shaped by simplicity. But the closer you get, the more you feel its quiet confidence. This isn't a place trying to impress you. It's a place that wants to hold you, to remind you that beauty doesn't need to shout. And yet, here's the truth. Behind those sliding doors, beyond those rustic lines, is something you'd never expect. A design that doesn't just blend with nature, it speaks its language. A home that marries strength and softness, tradition and modernity, in a way that feels almost poetic. But before we step inside, you should know this isn't just another coastal getaway. This isn't the kind of place you scroll past on a real estate site and forget. This is the kind of place that stays with you. The kind of place that makes you wonder, what if life could be like this? And that's exactly what we're about to find out. A beautiful home is not a dream. It's an art, and you're the artist. Subscribe and start creating spaces that speak to the soul. The air here is different. Thick with salt, alive with the rhythm of the sea. Each breath carries whispers from the horizon, a subtle invitation to slow down, to listen. Behind us, dunes rise like gentle guardians, soft curves sculpted by the wind, standing watch over the land. Ahead, the ocean stretches endlessly, untamed and infinite, its surface shimmering as if holding every secret the world has ever known. There's a certain magic in being here, a stillness that doesn't ask for attention. It simply exists, and in its existence, it teaches you to exist too. The sand beneath your feet, the cool breeze on your skin, the distant call of seabirds, they all speak a language older than words, one that reminds you of the simple truths. Life is bigger than walls. Life is bigger than noise. Life is connection. This is precisely why this barndominium belongs here. It doesn't stand apart from the landscape. It listens. It learns. The design respects the rhythm of this coast, honoring the wind, the waves, the sun. Every beam, every board, every pane of glass is placed with intention, with understanding that a home is not merely a shelter, but a conversation with the world around it. And that's what makes it so extraordinary. This house doesn't fight the elements. It dances with them. The ocean's moods, the changing light of morning, the shifting shadows of the dunes, they all become part of the home's story, part of its heartbeat. Here, inside these walls, you feel both the wildness of the coast and the calm of a sanctuary. To live here is to be reminded that design is not just about beauty or function. It's about harmony. Harmony with the land, with the sky, with the endless pulse of life that moves through the tides. Every glance out the window, every footstep across the floor, every moment spent breathing this air, it whispers the same truth. This is where the house belongs. And in turn, this is where you belong too. From afar, it appears humble. A simple silhouette that could have been a barn a century ago, standing quietly against the horizon, unassuming yet unwavering. But as you draw closer, the story begins to unfold. The details emerge slowly, like secrets revealed only to those patient enough to look. Weathered wood, softened by the salt-laden air, tells of years spent listening to the wind and the waves. Steel beams shimmer in the sunlight, catching it like silver ribbons, bridging strength and elegance in a way that feels effortless. The facade itself seems to speak in contradictions. Rustic, yes, but with a whisper of refinement that hints at careful thought, at artistry hidden in simplicity. It's not flashy, it doesn't demand attention, yet it captures it all the same, quietly commanding a presence that feels inevitable, as if it had always belonged there. The colors tell their own story. Soft whites that catch the shifting light of day, blending seamlessly with the morning mist. Ocean blues that mirror the endless water just beyond, reflecting mood and movement. Driftwood grays that speak of countless tides, of seasons passing gently yet persistently. Together, they create a palette that is at once calming and invigorating, grounding and aspirational. But more than the materials, the lines, the colors, there's a feeling here that cannot be painted or measured. This home doesn't merely sit on the coast. It belongs to it. It leans into the wind without resisting it. It opens to the sun without shielding itself, and it holds its ground through storms with quiet courage. Every beam, every panel, every subtle architectural choice seems to answer a single question. How can a house exist without disturbing the rhythm of the land it rests upon? And here, the answer is clear. This is more than structure. It's harmony. It's dialogue. It's proof that design can honor nature, embrace it, and even become inseparable from it. Step inside, and it feels like the tide just rolled through, leaving serenity in its wake. There's a quiet that isn't empty. It's full. Full of possibility, full of calm, full of the kind of peace you almost forget exists in the world outside. Every breath you take feels softer, slower, like the house itself is teaching you how to exhale. The living area stretches before you, a space that doesn't just hold furniture, it holds feeling. Expansive windows frame the ocean like a living painting, changing every moment, every glance. Soft, cozy textures invite you to sink in, to linger, to be present. There's warmth here without heat, intimacy without confinement. The walls themselves seem to echo a gentle truth. Here, you belong. The kitchen, too, speaks in quiet poetry. Sunlight dances across marble counters, catching the subtle veins like waves on water. Wood accents, worn smooth like driftwood, remind you that beauty can be found in patience, in time. Cooking here doesn't feel like a task. It feels like a ritual, a way to honor the rhythms of life both inside and out. The bedrooms are sanctuaries in their own right. Soft linens, sea-toned walls, morning light that creeps in slowly, nudging you awake instead of demanding it. There's a sense of safety here, a comfort so deep that even the chaos of the world beyond seems distant, almost imagined. And then there's the bathroom, an oasis within an oasis. Stone textures under your hands, rainfall showers that seem to wash not just your body but your thoughts. The sound of water lingers, a soft reminder that this home breathes in harmony with the natural world, and that you are part of it. Every corner, every detail, every carefully considered surface whispers the same promise. Here, you're safe from the storm. Here, the world slows down, folds around you, and gives you permission to simply be.